This time I clicked the live button.
All right.
We're down to the wire here, guys. I'm trying to get all set up and ready. How's everybody doing tonight? See y'all in here early. Liz, Amanda, Susan's here. Thank you, Susan. Thomas Atkinson.
Fireflies here.
Joe.
Got a lot of people in here.
Hey, JJ Slot Play. Good to see you. Hey, I put a comment on your videos letting you guys know that we're going to be at Choctaw and Winstar this weekend in case you're in that area. I know you frequently visit that. And let's see. Donna's in here. Jan. Club Mike V in here early.
Mike V. It's me, Mike V.
Mike V's our accountant. He makes sure that all my numbers are accurate when I say it. And then Jerry. Is it Jerry or Gary? It's Jerry.
It's Jerry.
Gary?
Jerry.
Sorry, man.
Jerry, all right, everybody's right on your hand.
I know. I need Jerry. To. Yeah, he just needs to change his. Never mind.
Jerry with a G.
So how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to our weekly Wednesday live show at 7 p.m. Central every single week. We really don't have any topic, and but we do want to welcome Brantley back. Thanks for joining us again, Brantley.
Welcome back.
Of course, always happy to be here, guys.
Yeah, I think everybody really enjoyed last week. So Brantley, you are always welcome to come on the show anytime.
Well, thank you.
And
likewise, you guys are always welcome on on our Sunday shows too.
We would love to be there, absolutely. And we had so some news since last time. Our $100 video has done really well. It's still lots of people were watching it, which means people were sharing it around and almost broke. I think we're almost at 30,000 views on it, and it's really still kind of chugging along. So
nice.
I'm glad you guys got some enjoyment out of that. We definitely got some naysayers in there too recently. That
I love the negative comments.
Oh, I do too. You know, it's like, what a waste of time. Why would you want to do that? It's like, it's not all about gambling, guys. That's what we were trying to say in that video.
Is that it's about
the adventure.
Having fun.
Like, we had a killer
doing something
day.
Different.
Right. That was a day that we will never forget. You know, it's just planted in my mind because we just had it mostly because I'm exhausted and tired from it. But it was a lot of fun. I got to go to a lot of properties that I've never been to before. And it was fun to just see all the different areas. And then, I mean, it was fun winning those, you know, just playing black and red on roulette and just sitting there waiting and then seeing it hit black. I mean, we were really excited. I don't think I've ever been so excited over winning $25 in my life. It was pretty cool.
We got to go back because we didn't go to Golden Nugget. We didn't go to the Downtown Grand.
Yeah.
There's places we missed.
Yeah.
We're already working on another video for.
I mean, for sure. Yeah. I mean, that book is only, we took 8 coupons out of there.
8 coupons. Yeah.
There's like
9 if you count the free drink that we didn't end up using.
But we're going to have to get Brantley out there to do the same thing.
Well, we still got to get Dave up to Club 93 too.
That's true.
Both of you guys out to Wendover.
Yeah, we need to get out there for sure. Dave, when you going? When can you go?
Let's see when I can go. I mean, just let me know what time. The summer. Tazzy and Joe, how many steps did I log on my watch? So for that day, that was 22,000 steps. I believe right around there.
Is that a mile? How many steps in a mile?
5,000, 4,000.
5,000. So
yeah,
4 or 5 miles.
Yeah, but now I did walk from Mandalay Bay to Park MGM ahead of time, so that's probably
a mile right there.
Yeah.
But it was a good time, guys. We strongly encourage you if you want to, give it a shot. Look for that book, and it's $50 a year, but you're getting so much more than that. I mean, just all the 2 for 1. We didn't even destroy that book yet. There was 2 for 1 meals in there. But
the book is $50. The book you get with your $50 a year membership.
Yeah.
With that membership, you also get access to their forums, which their forums are on fire as far as information.
Oh, that's great.
I forgot how much these guys are crazy. The coupons, of course, in the book, but then also you get online coupons that are exclusive to members. So there's a lot of stuff in there.
Nice.
All right, guys.
I do have a topic though.
Okay, go for it.
All right. You guys are gonna love this. Everyone's gonna love this. Okay, here we go. visitors spend more in Las Vegas. In 2023, the average visitor spent more per person than any year previous. And overwhelmingly, in a consumer poll, 79% said they will be back spending the same or more. So anyone who's thinking, oh, prices are too high, the rooms are too high, food's too high, everything else, apparently people don't care. I care. I know a lot of people care.
Yeah, but you know what articles like this means. They're going to keep raising shit.
They're going to keep raising. Exactly. I mean,
now that they know people are comfortable with the prices, they're going to keep going up.
Exactly. 18% room increase year over year. Spend increase was increased as well by 5%. I mean, it's just nuts.
Jesus Christ, Dave. Have you ever heard of an ad blocker before?
Well, it's actually working. That's the crazy thing.
Bust a move?
You didn't want to bust a move?
No.
But I thought that was insane that there's just so much going on as far as spend.
Yeah.
And I complain about stuff being more expensive than it used to be, but people just are spending like crazy.
Did it have the average number on there? I'm just curious. Like, what does the average person spend? That'd be really interesting.
It did actually.
It did.
Yeah, bring that back.
Let's before you read it, let's guess what the average person spends on a Las Vegas trip. And you guys too in the comments.
I don't think I got there. So
that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Because you got to think of an average of everybody.
Yeah, because they're all over the board. I mean, you got people coming in with millions of dollars, and then you have people coming in with $1.
Two averages.
Don't say anything. Don't say the number. Just say what they are.
I'm going to say what the average. So first average is food and drink spending.
Okay.
And the second average is gambling budget. So let's go with gambling budget because that's most relevant to the show.
Wow. So average gambling budget.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
What is it? Is it per trip? What's the number?
This is for a trip. So it's for, that doesn't say what a trip is, but it just says here's the average gambling budget. And it did say per person. And the other thing, this has nothing to do with it, but millennials are starting to gamble more. 133% increase year over year for millennial gambling.
It's TikTok.
It's TikTok. It's the penny games and all that. They're just going to keep doing them now.
Yeah, it's TikTok. It's Facebook. It's cowboy slots.
Yeah.
Okay. What guesses do we have? We got 2,000.
Bradley's got the millennials coming in.
5,000, 1,000, 2,000.
I'm going to say 1,500. That's going to be
300.
I'm going to say about 1,000.
4,000. Okay. So the average spend, of course, like I said, was up. Previously, it was $761 in 2022, and it is now $787.
Oh.
But now remember,
we all went over.
Don't say what a trip is. A large number of people who gamble repeatedly are from California, and they are mostly coming in for Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, and coming back home.
You just got to think of the average of everything.
The average of everything. So you're talking about the high and the low in there. And
so what did that go up by? Like $20, $30?
Like $30 or $20, yeah.
Okay.
But visitors gambled more during their stay. 79% of people who visited gambled, up from 75%. So extremely interesting numbers here.
What was the food and drink one? I'm curious about that.
The food and drink averaged at $570 per trip.
Oh, wow.
So it's almost equal to your gambling budget. That does not include room.
Yeah.
Shows and entertainment was actually down. It was $278 in 2023, and in 2022 was $309.
Yeah.
So I guess more people were coming to watch shows than this year. But super crazy numbers.
Well, that explains so much, right? Why free play is going down, why comps are going down, why parking rates are going up, why ATM fees are going up. Explains all that.
I mean, I would, if I was a casino, I wouldn't give anything away because people are just coming in anyway.
People are just coming anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we were there for the last time we were there, we got there on Saturday and it was busy. And I remember we kept saying to each other, it's okay. By Tuesday, it'll go down.
It's going
to be dead. and it was more busy that week than it was that weekend. And that's unusual. It's never been like that, especially after a big event like the Super Bowl.
Right. Usually it's dead the following a huge event like that.
It's
and
crazy.
we were there the week after, and it was still packed.
I'm with you, Brantley. I think it's time to kind of put Vegas on the back burner. Sorry, Dave.
I'm telling you, like,
we got Winstar.
What do you, okay, what is good in Vegas? Obviously you've got,
Food.
A ton of food and shows and all that. I mean, Vegas does have a lot to do, but if you're like somebody like myself, like, I don't care about shows. I don't care about museums or, anything like that. I don't like attractions. And, my level of care is, what are the comps at the casino that I'm going to earn?
Right.
And if I can earn the exact same comps, if not better, than Aria, 2.5 hours away from my home in a much quieter place, why would I not choose that? And I think a lot of people don't realize, and like you saw it on the road trip too, we always say the United States is a big place. Like, there are places out there that rival Vegas. I mean, I'll tell you this right now, the Wendover Nugget, I earn more free play and more comps than I do at Aria.
Yeah.
Well,
and I still get and I still get all the same stuff. So, I'm telling you,
that's just MGM as a whole, Dave. I mean, it doesn't matter where you play. Yeah. No, I mean, that's certainly true. And I mean, we've all seen it. I mean, Dave's comps have gone down, mine have gone down. They're getting rid of
Hi, me, mommy.
Okay.
Long time subscriber to my other channel.
Okay.
I follow her channel. It's great people.
I got you. Well, I mean, just everything's been impacted, and it's not just the stuff that's in front of your face, like free play and rooms and stuff, but now they've got rid of the birthday free play bonus.
The midweek free play bonus.
The midweek is gone. They have cut the holiday gift shop points values in half.
And they're going to continue to cut that. I think because there's another 5x multiplier that we just missed when we were there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're going to do instead, because they think, well, if we just give them multipliers, it'll entice them to come when we know it's going to be slower. And so we can get more people in, during that week. So, yeah, I mean, this is all this is the trend, right? If people continue to go and they don't have to give as much stuff to get people there, they're going to stop it. I mean, why do they need to market as heavy, right?
Especially with growing number of millennials playing.
Yeah.
You're now having a brand new base.
It's like that with the small casinos too. We've talked about this a few times, like tribal casinos, smaller casinos that are out of the way. Any business, if a business already knows that you are coming, if a business does not have to rely on you being there, it's like, how many times does McDonald's do a sale? Never, because they don't need to, because they're everywhere. Like, people are going to come there no matter what. But mom and pop restaurant down the street, like, they're going to do specials and stuff like that because they need the business. They need the business to come in. They need something to attract people. But, a place like Las Vegas, they could, Las Vegas tomorrow could decide, what, we're just going to jack up. We're going to take away all free play, no more free play, and we're going to raise parking times 10, and the building will still be packed.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter what they do. So yeah, Vegas has completely lost its appeal to me. I've got no reason to go back to Vegas for me personally. I'm not in a rush to go back.
I just want to go to Slots of Fun now. That's the only
that place does look really cool. I've been seeing pictures.
I want to go there. I don't know if you guys have seen, like, I think the total was 85 coin machines now.
That's nuts.
And it's not just all video poker. Like, these are actual 85 slot machines. Oh man, some of the videos coming out with people in there is great, but also the confusion. It's really funny watching people that have never played coins before trying to stick quarters in a $5 machine and wondering why it's falling straight through.
Why does it go straight through? Did I just win that?
And people just trying to put, instead of, if it's a 2 credit bet, they're trying to put 10 quarters in to build up their credit meter. And it's cute. Like, it's the new, the people that have never experienced it before. And I think that's great. I mean, it's funny to watch because we know better, but you know, it's great to see trying to figure that out, like how it used to be. So I definitely want to hit that place up bad.
I think they did a very good job with it. Like just
Yeah.
looking at the layout, the machines that they've picked.
Yes.
You know, a lot
You're
of
right.
places that do coin machines, like I know before, you know, Circus Circus had coin machines and it was like, you know, really generic, like those
Like the
Majestic
Bally,
7,
yeah, the
Yeah,
generic
whatever, like those
sevens.
those
old
are
Yeah.
the old
Bally.
generic ones.
But like these that they put in, like they're like the legit classics. You got your pinballs, you got your top dollars, your triple double diamonds, like your triple stars, all of that. It's there, and that's what people really, really wanted. I think, to be honest, like from a marketing perspective, I think it was an excellent marketing ploy because you know everybody talks shit about Circus Circus and going there
Right.
and like, oh, it's a bad area, it's a bad hotel. But I think because there's a huge market out there for nostalgia, and I think a lot of people they pulled a good one by doing that.
Yeah.
I
You're
think
right.
because
Did
even
you
I
guys ever
like
go into slots of fun beforehand?
No, I went a long time ago.
It had not changed since like 1997. It's the exact same. It
Right.
is scary. It is trashy. It's where you end up, not where you start. So this is almost like, hey, let's put a fresh coat of paint on. Let's bring
Right.
in some old machine as new and get people back in. And I think that's the big draw is getting those people who remember slots of fun from its golden years to come back in. And
Right.
those are the people who are really going to spend at it. You know, I really think so.
it's
But
enticing me to go, and I
yeah,
hate Vegas. It's enticing
I
me to
know.
go.
bring
I
back
just
the
want to go
dollar
for
hot
a
dog.
night to check it out. You know, it's really cool to see that. And I'm glad that some casinos stood up. And do I wish it was lots of fun? No, I actually kind of wish it was a property off the strip, you know, but hey, it's good to see that. I wish they were old S plus machines. Unfortunately, they're all like S2000s that they converted over to coins. But that's still fine. It's the experience. I like the
Ooh,
sounds, the buckets. I
I
mean,
got a
Dave and
question
I,
for you
when we
guys.
were at El Cortez, I mean, our hands were even worse than Brantley when we were at Club 93. Like I was wiping it off, and I'm like, "What is this stuff on your this?" He gave me a towelette, and I was like, "What is this stuff on the towelette?" He's like, "That's your fingers,"
That's the grease and
and I didn't
everything.
even look at them, but they
Jeez.
were totally black. So I
So,
missed that.
question for you guys, being slot techs,
Mm.
how long can they keep those coin machines running? We all know the problems with coins, the hoppers, everything that's wrong with a regular slot machine times 10 when you add coins back into it.
I will say this. Um, right now, the parts market is really, really difficult, even for newer machines. I have a game that I've been working on, not here at the house, but for a casino property because you know I still do field tech work. I have a casino property that has a game down. It's probably going to be down in another 2 weeks, just
Wow.
because we're still waiting on a part. Those coin parts, they're not being made anymore.
Yeah.
Um, you know, unless the hope would be that when they opened this area, they bought as many backup parts as possible.
You would think.
And they have a real good bench tech on site. As long as you have a good bench tech and some spare parts, you should be able to keep it running. But really, if it starts getting busy in there, like if this becomes a major attraction where it's getting hundreds of thousands of people, it could slow down the maintenance process a lot. So we could end up seeing a lot more down games. But it really just depends. You know, from a maintenance standpoint, coin machines are awful. From a player standpoint, it's really fun, but from a maintenance standpoint, it's very,
Yeah.
very difficult. So I hope that in them doing this, that they had the common sense to order extra parts as much as they could find because they are very difficult to find. I don't know. What about you, Mark?
This is going to put a whole new meaning to the word call attendant.
Yeah.
I mean, coin jams,
Yep.
buckets being emptied. I mean, it's a constant. Right now, a lot of the newer machines out there. I mean, slot attendants need to come fix the machine probably once an hour, maybe. I mean, I don't know, but not often. Those, I mean, there's going to be several slot techs and slot attendants on the floor at all times. If 85 machines are in use, they're going to be circling around with bags of coins and fixing jams and, coin mechs and all that kind of stuff. I sold a S Plus pinball, which is a coin, to the guy over here. I'm still trying to buy it back from him. He won't listen to me. But he calls me probably every 3 months because something happens. I mean, he doesn't play it that frequently, but as soon as the kids go over there and start trying to put stuff in that coin mech, it's game over. And they gets jammed. You can't figure out how to get it out. It's that times 85.
Yeah.
I will say this, being at Circus Circus and the coin slots, and they only have about, I'm going to say be generous and say they have 30 of them.
Yeah.
The tech there who actually spoke to, she'd been working for Circus Circus for 25 years. She's dedicated to those 30 machines. That's all she does, are the coins. Yep. And literally speaking, about every 5 minutes, one's broken. So she just walks around and fixes them. That's all she does for like an 8-hour shift. And I'm like,
yeah,
what happens when you retire? I mean, what happens then? What happens when you lose that good tech and now you got nobody? You lose your guy, you lose Jimmy, you lose Darren down the street who can do everything for $40,
Yeah.
And you don't have that anymore. So I'm interested to see what happens, but I do hope they bought a lot of old machines. And
I bet there's some in the back that they haven't even put out yet that they might cycle through, or they just have them for parts machines or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised that was the only 85 they could find, because they're out there. I'm sure there's warehouses just filled with this garbage. Not garbage, but that's how they see it anyway.
They're sitting there in the back.
I mean, it's really funny. I don't know, Brantley, if you've ever noticed this, but even like, I noticed this a lot in New York, but when there was a real tilt or something and they came to open up the door, the coin hopper was still in there. They didn't even take it out. So
there are some devices that it's still in there, which is kind of a smart move on their part, because I mean, they're retaining extra parts. I mean, leaving it in the device is honestly kind of lazy. I would have pulled it out and, put it somewhere else, but it's good that they retained those. That's for sure.
Real quick, we got Robin R gifted 5 Gamble Smart memberships.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you so
Thank
much,
you,
Robin. And she's here watching our live stream instead of being at her anniversary. We appreciate your dedication, Robin. That's
I got on to you in Discord about that, Robin.
Yes, this is the better way to go.
God. Dave, how long have you been married?
24 years.
24 years? Well, that's it. You're done now. 24. You didn't make it to 25, Dave. Oh, man. I see all your questions and comments in here. We're going to start picking them up here in a little bit, but we're having a great discussion on coin slots. I think I love nostalgic stuff coming back. I mean, pinball machines are starting to come back, arcades and things like that. I love that. And I think that even the millennials these days are going to get some enjoyment out of it, because they skipped it. They didn't grow up in that era.
Yeah. They didn't, when you found like you had like collected quarters and you had them in your pocket and you're going to the arcade,
I mean, my grandmother used to hand us a $20 bill going to the arcade, and that was like eyes wide open. Like $20 is like 4 hours in an arcade as a kid. And but those things are starting to come back, and I'm glad that we see this, and I hope that Club 93 doesn't take any of their stuff out. I know they said, Brantley, that they were thinking about removing them. And it's like, no, please don't do that.
Yeah, I hope they don't. I mean, that was so much fun just to go there and I mean, kind of like y'all were saying earlier, especially about your $100 video. A lot of times it's just fun. I mean, I remember Mark and I, when we went to Club 93. I mean, we played on $100 forever. Forever. And we were just sitting there with the coins and everything. It was just a really fun time, So
it's good to, I mean, that's a good lesson for everyone here listening and watching, that sometimes you get so caught up in the moment of you're losing or you're winning or whatever, that you're forgetting that you're supposed to be having fun. Like that's the whole point of going to the casino, is to get enjoyment out of it. And if you're too worried about losing money, or you're not enjoying the game you're playing or whatever, then you got to kind of evaluate why you're there.
Right.
And I think if anything, the $100 challenge that we did proves that you can still have a great fun day, do a little bit of gambling, do a little bit of eating, walking around trying to see what you can get away with, comps wise and all that. I mean, that's what it should all be about at the end of the day, is that you're having a lot of fun and you're not just worried about your money all the time. Entertainment value is key.
Where
Club
is
93, Jackpot, Nevada.
There we go.
Nevada.
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 We're gonna have to get on you about that again, Mark.
I see now. I've been saying it one way for so long that even though I'm not saying it right, I don't remember which one is the right way to say it. So I'm just gonna say NV from now on. This way, I just avoid it.
Just say outside of Vegas.
Outside of Vegas, yeah.
Northern Nevada.
Whatever the state is.
It's between Utah and
California.
Vegas.
Yeah. Oh man.
Right.
Before we get to the comments and questions, we need to do a member giveaway.
Giveaway.
Part of our membership benefits is that once a month we are going to do a giveaway to all the members, and so you have a pretty good chance of winning something. And so we're going to randomly pick a member here in just a second. And this is before the show, so unfortunately, those that you were just gifted, I've already pulled the list, but we will do it again next month for members. So we're going to give away. Let's see. I have one of the Four Queens tokens. So in case you're not able to get there, I'm going to go ahead and send you one of those. I also have an old deck of Bellagio cards that I'll send you guys.
And they don't give those away anymore. And I've got a Resorts World hat, brand new, with the tags on it and everything.
All right.
Nice
in case you wear your hats around with tags on it.
That's how you know how much it costs. Mini Pearl.
You got to be hip, right? So I had this all set up, and then I had to switch laptops, unfortunately. So I need to go and pull it back up. And
okay. So quick one for Brantley while you're doing that. Is Jackpot a good place to visit? I'm stuck in Boise for the weekend. Would love to head somewhere close.
Jackpot is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's small. I mean, they've got like 2 or 3 casinos, but it is a ton of fun. And especially like if you're a low roller or, just want to have some fun, play some low bets and get some drinks and some good food, like Jackpot's an awesome place to go. I would really, really highly recommend it.
There we go.
Yeah, totally agree. I really enjoyed it. And we went to Club 93 expecting we were going to go to Cactus Pete's and some of the other ones there, but we just stayed there the whole time because we were having so much fun. All right, so I've got all the members in there, and I'm going to pick randomly, and it is Brian RS78. So Brian, if you're in here, you are the winner. So I think you're in our Discord, so I'll hit you up in there and get your mailing address, and we'll get those things sent out to you. So, and thank you to all our members. Really appreciate all your support. And as always, members get the member giveaway, as well as we put a lot of our crazy antics videos, like for members only, like the stuff where we really screw things up.
Sometimes they go well.
yeah. But if you like our kind of outside of the normal channel publishing, that's where we put most
a lot more swearing.
Yeah, definitely a lot more swearing.
All right, before we get to questions, quick one from Jason, just letting us know he got the slot tag job, and
all right,
Jason. Way to go, Jason! Congratulations. That's awesome.
That's great, man. Make sure to report back and let us know how it's going. Fun career. You get to dabble with a lot of really cool tech.
We actually have a lot of Class 2 questions. We have a lot of Winstar Choctaw questions.
Oh, great.
I was like, wow, there's a lot of it here.
I will answer what I can.
But Nancy B, I know who Mini Pearl was. You got to have the tag on it so everyone knows how much you paid for it. Brantley's like, who?
I'm saying the same thing. I don't know who that is.
You guys never watch Hee-Haw or Hee-Haw?
No.
Oh, wow. You guys grew up rich. That's right. You didn't eat Spam. So you grew up wealthy. So you had like cable or something.
What? What kind of generalization was that?
It's a pretty good one.
Jerk.
Nancy will back me up. Nancy, you want to back me up on this? Completely unbiased.
Here, I can handle this. Ready? There we go.
There we go. Shots fired on Dave.
He's trying to add himself back.
Jerk.
Be nice, Dave. We didn't grow up the same as you did. And Nancy B's.
You're muted, Mark.
Oh, you jerk. I'm going to take your admin access away. Did you just flip me off?
No, that was something.
Oh, it's on now. It's on like Donkey Kong. Let's see, what can I do today? Really?
So when playing 3-wheel bingo single line games, and one game amount is 4,000 and one is 10,000, and they're equal volatility since both are bingo.
It's harder to get the $10,000 one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Mark always goes for the high. I tend to go for that lower achievable one. That's just me though.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even look at that. I just look for the one that has the sound.
And then still there's no sound.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, that's very true. Very true. Yeah, it's so hard to get the top line anyway that, I mean, I play it for all the other ones anyway, like the lower amounts. So I try not to focus too much on that. Let's see. And Chris Lund, I'm sorry. I did finally see a comp night from MGM in my email. I went to go see what cost would be, and it didn't pop up. It was charging full cost, no comp when I went to check out, huh? So this is what I've learned. Different properties in the MGM system do this differently. I don't know why that is, but each property is still its own entity, and some will invoice you ahead of time and then credit you after you show up. Some will just go ahead and credit you advance. Unless you have a host or anything, you're going to have to pay resort fees on top. You get a free comp night, but you're still going to have to pay there's another thing, crazy resort fees, like $40 now. It's crazy, $45. You're going to have to pay that. This is another, since we're on this topic, I got a flyer in for Lake Tahoe for the Harrah's, I think, out there, because Jody and I spent this. Jody, I see you in there. I don't know if you're still in there. She's in Costa Rica, so I did see you. Anyway, I got a flyer. It said free 4-night stay. And I was like, wow, that sounds great. And I was thinking, we could go out there this summer and 4-night stay. And I open it up. It's like, here's your, 4-night stay. And then I started to read the fine print. No, it's 1-night stay per month. So that's where they get
bad
you.
Deal.
You gotta like really pay attention to like how they just say that, and it's true. It is free 4 nights, not consecutive, but it's 4 nights. So once a month. It's like, yeah, okay, forget that. And I just threw it away at that point. But I mean, you got to watch and you got to always read the fine print when it comes to that stuff, because man, do they eat you alive sometimes with some of those things. And we don't want you to like book everything and then show up and be like, what the hell?
But make sure, Chris, that you go on and log in or use the offer code you're given to put that in there. And I did look up, Chris actually emailed us because he had not been getting any offers from his local casinos. I did look up and do some research. So he is in Minneapolis. He goes to essentially 3 casinos that are considered to be some of the worst casinos for comps in the world. Wow. That is like the one thing everyone complains about. And now this isn't specifically bad for comps. It's just they're a lot like Winstar. It's everywhere. It's like you're either getting your free rooms and lots of free play, or you're getting nothing. Yeah. Or you're getting a great offer for dinner and all this shows, or nothing. It's like it's all over the place. And that's a thing across the board. So you're definitely not alone, Chris, on that. But hit up your player's desk and just make sure all your information's correct and say, hey, I'm not getting the offers. Is there a reason for that? Always investigate, always ask, and they may say, oops, we're supposed to be sending this guy out stuff, and we didn't. You never know. Just bring it up.
All right. Let's try to plow through some of these. I see a ton of questions coming in, guys, so we're going to do our best. Unfortunately, Dave and I have the gift of this. So there's going to be a lot of that. Brantley's way more disciplined than we are, staying on topic. Let's see. So Amanda says, I'm going to use the video as a guideline for my visit in April, scavenger hunt style. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's just fun. It's fun. Good luck and report back. Let us know how you did. Janet says, I love the different attitudes you both have and enjoy. Well, thank you, Janet. Really do appreciate it. What do you mean we have an attitude?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean attitude? Sherman Shuffold says, I have fun even when I lose. That's the key. Like, if you're not having fun when you lose, you're not doing something right. Like, even though like we were doing the $100 challenge and I was off to a very rough start, I was still having a blast. Like, and that's all that really mattered to me was, where are we going next? Yeah, I only got $27 left, but where are we going next?
It was a scavenger hunt.
Yeah. Yeah. So have fun even when you lose. Absolutely. All right. I'm just trying to rapid fire some of these here. And Steve M says, for Mark and Dave, I play Majestic Lines at Park MGM. I saw you guys play a high limit version at New York, New York. I don't think that was us. My question is, does that game play exactly the same as Sizzling Sevens? I love Majestic Lines. Yeah, it's the same pay table. Exactly the same.
Wasn't us playing high limit one.
That wasn't us. It was probably Sheldon. Let's Go Hand
Maybe.
Pay. I know they play that one. That's a $10 one. That's $30 a spin. I don't play that one. But they have it in the high limit room there. Pro tip. Actually, New York, New York is very unique when it comes to Sizzling Sevens because their progressives start at 1,500 there instead of 1,000. So if you're going to play it, I would play it there. I think I don't know why they do that there, but it's the same game. There's not a double or anything like that. It's just Sizzling Sevens. But it starts at 1,500 and goes up from there. So good game, same as Majestic Lines. All right. I'm going to take a couple more, then you guys can do some. Although, Brantley, I guess I still don't have you give access to these yet. Vegas is dealing with the Field of Dreams effect. Yeah, especially when you first go. You got that mentality. It's like, I hear people, what's that saying? They say, oh, people have won millions of dollars off of a 75-cent bet. It's like, yeah, maybe like you can count on the number of fingers you have on your hand that's happened. But, on a 75-cent bet, I bet it could happen. But yeah, I think sometimes everybody just sees, the movies and all that kind of stuff, and it makes it look so easy. TikTok. That's another one that makes it look really easy.
TikTok makes things look really easy.
It's so easy.
There's a lot of videos out there that just make it look so easy. Like you can just, oh my gosh, I put money into this machine and I hit it one time and got the jackpot, and that is not normal, guys. Just please be careful. Use caution with that. Does it happen? Yes, but the chances of it happening there's a big difference between probable and possible. There's a huge difference. Huge difference.
There is a big difference. You're right. And I mean that's a really good topic too. I mean we could talk for hours on that, but it's like, and I think you guys understand that here, but remember to watch all those other ones for entertainment value. Don't try to replicate. That's what Deb Brantley always says, and it's true.
Yeah.
Don't
Never
replicate it. Just
watch.
Enjoy.
Yeah. And from Liz B, when will you guys be at Winstar and then Choctaw this weekend? So we're starting out at Choctaw. We hope to get there around noon on Saturday. We're probably going to leave. We're going to say around 4.
BS. That ain't going to happen.
We're going to say we're
going to leave around 4. Always happens. It always happens.
We're either leaving at like 2 or 6 probably. But
if we got there at noon, we're gonna go to Choctaw, which we've never been before, and we're gonna stay there for only 2 hours.
I'm just saying that's the plan. That's plan A.
Liz, we'll be rolling into Winstar around 10 or 11
No, you'll definitely know where we are because we'll be live. I believe we're still planning on going live at Winstar.
Yeah, it depends on how it goes. Definitely will be back by 4 or 5 o'clock, probably at the latest. And because we do want to do a live for you guys Saturday night. Probably, I don't know, what, 7 you think? 7 p.m.?
Let's say 7. Central. Oh, and Mark and I are both definitely using the timer boxes that we sell in our merch store because we're going to Choctaw for the first time. We need to make sure to have money for the rest of the trip. I'm like,
when we get to Winstar,
and our timer box. So we're going to be showing our timer box like, look, we still have time left before we actually, that's why we have to be at Winstar before the timer goes off. Fingers crossed. But we will be there. If you see us, come by and say hi. I got one for Brantley here. I marked. There we go. Brantley, where would you put the Enforcer's volatility compared to other Ainsworth games? Big time follower of all 3 of you guys. Thank you, SP.
I think if you're just looking at Ainsworth games, so like if we're just looking at the Ainsworth must hit by progressive families, so like Thunder Cash, Dollar Action, Mustang Money, Enforcer, all that, I would say that the Enforcer would probably be right in the middle, but also kind of closer to the higher end. It's a pretty difficult bonus to get. The bonus does have a lot of good features about it. You only need 2 to re-trigger. and then those two come up, they can be multipliers. So I would say it's more on the higher end, middle to higher end is where I would put it and compare it. What about you, Mark? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's closer to the higher side just because of the big potential in I mean, well, it's not as bad as Eagle Bucks. I think Eagle Bucks
Right.
takes the cake for being the worst one, because if any of them are going to end up being a $0 bonus possibility, it's going to be Eagle Bucks.
Eagle Bucks. Eagle sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think the Enforcer is pretty tough too, because if you don't, you almost need to get re-triggers on that one to stay alive in a way. But it's still like, if you get into the bonus on Enforcer, it's most likely not going to be a $0 bonus. Usually you can get some pretty good ones in there. So I think it's worth playing. That's one of my favorites too. That and
It is
Thundercatcher,
one of my favorite games. I mean, that and Dollar Action. Now, Dollar Action is probably the most difficult. It's really extremely difficult to get the bonus on Dollar Action, but you see why when you get the bonus, because when you get the bonus, most of the time it can be pretty high. I've seen many times where just a $5 bet, 5 lines, $1 a line, people have gotten, large jackpots on it, which is really difficult to do on a $5 bet. And then obviously you go to the opposite end of the spectrum. Easiest one is going to be Mustang Money 2. It's going to trigger the bonus a lot more frequently. You're going to probably get re-triggers in the bonus, but it's not usually a very good bonus. It can be, but it's usually a pretty average, if not lower end bonus game to get, but at least it triggers frequently. That's the good thing about it.
That is true. Keeps you playing a little longer.
Right.
And Joe V says people watching can't be beat in Vegas. Now that is true. There is no denying that.
There is very little better people watching, out there. It's just
whether you want to be there watching people, that's up to you.
Yeah, that's it.
Sometimes I really don't
want to be out there. That's true.
Some of these people, I don't want to be anywhere near them. And Jody says, "Happy birthday, Sherman." So Sherman, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sherman.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for joining us. And Robin, happy anniversary, even though you're sitting here watching us. And Susan says, "Don't eat flies in my burgers." I don't even know where the hell that came from, Susan, but okay. Thought we put it up there anyway.
I don't know what's going on, but you need to be sharing.
Yeah. I probably picked that one right out in the middle of the conversation. Oh, man. All right. Let's see. Let's get through some more of these. Tom says, "Is there a way to tell which machines don't give fake hits, line wins, on lines that you don't play when you only play?" There's no way to tell unless you start playing it. The new pinball is like this. The new top dollar is like this. There's a lot of not a lot, but like the 9-line 3-reel class 2 machines do this. Where basically what he's trying to say is that if you don't cover all of the lines, it will start showing you like big combinations, like 3 times, 3 times, 3 times on a line that you didn't bet, just to try to make you feel like if you would have bet that, you would have gotten it. Some of the newer machines does that intentionally now, but there's no way to tell. You can't tell by looking at the game rules or anything like that. You just got to sit down and experience it. So, a good question.
Play the game.
And Chris says $2 beers, shrimp cocktails, hot dogs, lots of fun is making an interesting play. They are. They are.
99-cent, 1
got
pound
the shrimp.
hot dog.
Yeah, that means the odds must be good, right? And let's see. Seattle Susie Q says, "What is Slots of Fun and where is it?" Dave, why don't you take this one?
Slots of Fun is on the Las Vegas Strip. It is a crap hole that has been renovated. You'll find it right next to...
She didn't ask that. She just asked where it was. Why do you got to throw an opinion like that?
I got to put the context in place. So it is right next to Circus Circus, which is essentially, adjacent to the Wynn. You got to go down that way.
Crap.
That's what it was famous for. It was famous for the
99
99
cent. It's a reimagining now.
Well, I'm getting there.
I'm
telling a story.
She just asked where the hell it was. Why can't you just
it's famous for it's 99-cent 1 pound hot dog. But now it's just like $2 hot dog. It's a regular foot long hot dog. But it was sort of that super budget place. It's one of those places you went to when your budget ran out because you knew, for one, you could eat, you could drink, and you play slots. I mean, they actually had nickel slots longer than before anyone else had like the video slots. They had just a regular nickels, like coin nickels. And those were the first ones to go. The nickel coins were the first coins to be gone because they were just complete garbage. You had to have so many nickels. You had to put them in there. It was horrible. So that's kind of fitting that they brought a lot of these back because they were the last ones to let nickels go. So that's kind of cool. It is not a huge place. You're not looking at a monster casino. It is actually pretty small place. But the fact that they're doing all these renovations shows that they're not going anywhere, which I feel is really good because they are that link to that old cheap version of Vegas that is still there. It's just more expensive than it used to be.
The crap hole of Vegas.
Well, it's still Circus Circus, hands down.
I do let him tell a story.
That's right, Monica.
In case you guys don't know, we're very sarcastic. So I want him to tell the story. I just poking fun.
Oh, there's another
Proud
one here
Monkey. Sorry, real quick. Lots of fun has a strict dress code.
They do require pants. There was a
How
sign.
do you know?
There's
They're
a
walking there
sign.
pantless?
Do they?
So most places say no shirt, no shoes, no service. They don't have a shoes thing, but they have a pants thing. Or they used to. I don't know if it's still there or not, but used to be you have to wear pants. Pants required
Lord.
to get in.
Brantley, we need to figure out like when is the time to go when there's not going to be people in there. Like Wednesday around like 2 p.m. Yeah.
I would say somewhere around 10 a.m. any weekday.
Okay.
Everyone's too hungover to go to Slots of Fun yet.
Okay.
Like I said, Slots of Fun is where you end up, not where you start.
So, where you start. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
One
Sounds
from
good.
Cosmic VR. Do you use your own money at Caesar's property slot tournaments?
Sleazers.
That's lots
That's
of fun
a good
too.
one, actually.
Caesar's property slot tournaments. I got an invite. So most of the time, the invite is for a free entry, but there is a dollar value on how to enter, and that entry gets you X number of chips in the tournament, or just the entry into the tournament. So just read that fine print. It's usually at the bottom. And also a follow-up one from Cosmic VR, this is Jennifer, did an interview with you guys a few months back. My husband and I were getting about $100 free play every week at a Caesar's property in Iowa. Now we get nothing. Thoughts? Were you going every week? Were you going every week to use it? So stop going for like a month or 2 months and see those offers come back. You're generally probably going too much, using too much of your comps. So let them miss you, and then you'll see those offers come back up, usually.
Yeah, make sure you guys remember like free play and comps and free nights and free food. It's a marketing thing. They're trying to get you back in the door. So if you just keep showing up and you keep spending money, they're just going to start taking that stuff away. I mean, until what Dave said, until you just stop, coming for a couple of months. And then they're like, well, guess we went too far. And their computer system will tell them, hey, they used to spend this much money here and they haven't been coming. So let's juice them a little bit to get them to come back in. So it's all marketing. It's all to get you back in the door. And they don't have to fight for you to get back in the door. If you're there every single day or every single week, they're not going to keep doing it. There's no point. And Thomas has a good one here. This is what we were just talking about. A question on the easy wilds at Winstar. So this is the one I was talking about where it's 9 lines, 3 real machine, where if you play 1 credit, it's going to show you big wins on all the other lines. It does it, all the time. And just remember, again, it's a bingo machine. You're playing bingo. Everything that you're seeing in front is just an illusion of converting what has happened on the bingo card in front of you. So, if you don't activate the line and you see a crazy win on there, you wouldn't have gotten it if you would have bet max. So stay with what you're comfortable with doing. And there is 305 of you in here. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Really do appreciate all your support. Hope you're enjoying the show. Let's keep going. Dave, I'll let you pick a few. Brantley, I want to find some that you can do too.
I labeled some for Brantley in here, so there are a few for him. Yeah.
Labeled? How do you label?
Tagged. They listed him and I tagged him.
You mean a star? It's a
That
star.
thing.
Okay.
Let's see. Is the spam episode called spam, or is it under something different? So that was on that was just something we did on, what was it, last week's
Last
live
Wednesday.
stream? Yeah, last week's live stream here. I had shared a video with Mark of me trying spam for the first time, and it was very interesting. So Mark
Yeah.
decided to share that
Yeah.
video on last week's live stream. So that was on last week's.
Yeah, that was fun. Did you feed it to your cat just to see if the cat would eat it?
No, I did not.
That would totally eat
Cat,
that.
it'd been funny if you would have done that and the cat like just walked away from it.
Right.
It's like, this isn't even good enough to be called cat food.
That's one of those
We
things.
still got to get
is that
Mark to try it.
I
Mark's
will.
gotta try
I
it.
will. Don't
But
worry.
it's all about preparation. It really is all about preparation. You just can't eat it out of the can like that.
Well, it said ready to eat, so I figured out what. No, I will say that I will say this though. I will say this. I got to give spam a little bit of credit because it was much better actually cooked. Like when you cook it, it's a million times better. But right out of the can, no, it's cat food.
Vienna sausages and potted meat are next.
No,
Come on,
Vienna
you want to talk about
sausages
cat
aren't
food?
bad, honestly. You'll
Potted
be
meat looks like
surprised.
cat food.
I used to eat those as a kid all the time,
Oh yeah,
right out of the can. They
It's
don't
like that
look
was a-
great, but they
they don't
taste
look
fine.
great. Have you tried them lately?
Oh, I know. Have they gone downhill?
They're the exact same. They probably have they're
Oh,
probably
okay.
still made on when the same exact ones. They're just back further back in the shelf. But I don't know. The texture now for me is not the same as I remember, or maybe it is, and I don't know.
Well, I guess I'll have to try those again too. But I used to eat those as a kid all the time, right out of the can.
Right?
I can't even describe what the taste is. It's like
potted meat.
it's like an uncooked hot dog or something, maybe, but it's like mushy.
It's like a ground up reconstituted hot dog.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so if you ever, if you put a hot dog in a blender, that's the Vienna sausage. Or why are we talking about
We're probably not going to get a marketing job for Vienna sausage anytime soon. JJ's Slot Play. Might see you guys at Choctaw. We'll be there until
Oh, that would be awesome.
Look forward to seeing you, JJ. We watch your videos. We like you guys.
Yeah, we
love
will
the
probably
commentary.
be in the non-smoking room there.
Non-smoking
So
for sure.
I hope that just look for us. We'll have our shirts on and hat and all that stuff. I'd love to meet you too, for sure. And check out their channel, guys, especially you bingo players. They play a lot of bingo games, and they play the good ones too. Very entertaining. Love watching it. Understand their patterns very well. So,
and they get
very
all over
entertaining.
Oklahoma. They don't just play
Right.
or Choctaw. They go
Yeah.
all over. Oh, I got a good one here.
Okay.
Ready for this? From George. Hey, I'll be in Vegas this weekend. I'm taking all your brick and hammer suggestions. I'm actually going to do them and send them me.
If you send me one, yeah.
Diamond Queen or 25 times pay.
There is no 25 times pay.
Let them start looking for it. It's out there, George. You
12
just gotta
times. Look for $100 12 times pay single line and play that. Put at least $3,000 through it.
George, do not do this. This is a bad
Yeah,
idea.
George, please don't. I don't want to be blamed. If you guys have any suggestions for George, he is our resident brick and hammer guy who's always given us options between two really terrible options and telling us which one we prefer to do. Now he's turning the tables and letting us pick for him. So if you guys have any, put it in the chat for him. Tell him between two machines that he has to pick.
Money Mad Martians and King Cash.
King
or Quack
Cash.
Shot.
You got to do King Cash just for Brantley. It's his favorite game.
No,
it's his favorite game.
You sure you don't want the S3000 kit, Brantley?
I'm pretty sure.
You don't want King Cash?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, here's actually, this is pretty much a brick or hammer question. Grant, is double 3x, 4x, 5x pay a high volatility game? I'm gonna let these guys tell you that one because you should know by the description of it. Yes. I know 5 times pay and 10 times pay are.
Yep.
Yeah. High multipliers.
Yeah, just too many multipliers going on there. I mean, it's rough. I don't know where you'd put it in the realm of 5 and probably in the middle. What would you say, Brantley? Like between 5 times pay and 10? It's kind of where I would put
I
that
would say
one.
probably about there. I'd have to
Yeah.
look at its pay table again, but
Yeah.
probably right between there.
I mean, hell, half the pay table is just like all the different combinations of multipliers you're going to get. And then down below is where they have the stuff that you're actually going to get.
Right.
All the stuff on the top glass is like the dreamers hits. Like it's all the like, oh, if you get a 2, 3, and a 4, if you get a 2, 2, and a 3, and if you get a 2, 4, and a 5, it's like, I don't want to see all that. I'm not going to hit any of it. That's a crazy game. All right, pick another one.
Oh, this is Tracy Hoffman. Switching teams on the NFL slot. Does the teams change odds? No, it does not matter which team you pick. It's
based on who won the Super Bowl last.
It's the whole thing of the NFL slots is a marketing thing. It is. I can play my favorite team. That's cool, and so it's getting people to play their teams and getting friends to play against, different teams. It doesn't matter what it just changes the graphics. That's all it does. It really doesn't do anything for the game itself. Yeah. Of course, if you have a team that's like really bad, like the Raiders or, someone like that, the Browns, you could see them win the Super Bowl if you put enough money into the slot machine.
Dangerous advice.
Dangerous advice. Do you really want them to see the win that bad? No, you don't.
No.
Clear that one out.
Carolyn says, why do they make the button so hard to push? With arthritis, it makes it difficult. It depends on the game maker. Aristocrat's probably the easiest to push. I mean, you can just like brush your hand over it and it'll push it.
Yeah.
But some of the
bet button.
Yeah, some of the old ones are really like the old blade buttons, like ones I have here, are really hard to push in. So I could see that. They're making it easier, Carolyn, over time. But some of the old ones are just tough. The reason is, I'm going to geek out a little bit. The reason they're hard to push is because they put a membrane underneath the buttons to protect it from liquid spills. Because where do you think liquid is going to spill on a slot machine? Everybody's trying to stack their drinks up on the bet panel, and that's where it's most likely going to, and so they have a membrane that catches all the liquid, and because of that, you have to push like really hard down on some of them. So that's what's going on there. All right. CSX says there's a triple diamond for sale near me for $300. It has a code for door open B. Would this be a good purchase for that amount of money? And how hard would that be to fix for the average Joe? B is bill validator, isn't it? This is the bill
belly door.
Belly door on S2000.
Yeah, that's belly door. I mean, it would honestly, it's
probably just needs to be slammed back in.
Yeah, it would be a really easy. It would be a really easy fix as long as that wasn't the only thing.
Yeah.
Because you could easily bypass the cherry switch on it, or something like that. Slam the door closed. That'll probably help it. But a lot of times with those S2s, there could be other things. Like it might show door open B, but then if you finally get the door closed, then it'll show something else. Like it'll main battery low, most likely, something like that. But all of those are relatively easy fixes. It wouldn't be hard. And as long as that's the only thing wrong with it, and if it's clean, $300 is actually a pretty good price for
an S2. Yeah,
that's a really good price for it.
Yeah, you should be able to fix that.
And they're pretty easy to fix yourself at home too.
Yep. Yeah, that's the belly door where you pull the thing out and it pops open. You probably just need to push it back in. The only other thing with S2000s is they have optics everywhere. I think that was before cherry switches on the S2000.
Yeah, those little optics.
Yeah, so they could become misaligned, or they're dirty. You need to wipe them off, or they're not working. But you can buy all that stuff. See, Brantley's right. Like the S2000 is probably one of the best to tinker with because of the availability of parts. I mean, it's just, you can pretty much find anything for an S2000, including all the optics and stuff that you would need for the belly door to close. So, but good luck. That's definitely a good price.
Yeah,
I agree.
It is a good price. It is a good price.
Let's see. And Burgett says, hey, Mark and Dave, I watched your video in Las Vegas. Is there a coupon book in Louisiana? I have not heard of one.
There is not.
Probably not. Yeah.
No coupon books in Louisiana. This is because Louisiana is a destination casino area where they don't have to fight for people coming because it's people who aren't going to Vegas. And so right away, they know there's just people going to come. Now, you do generally get some decent comps when you're going to Louisiana, especially if you play there often. But remember to try to play at a chain like a Boyd property, a Sam's Town, Caesars, MGM if they have one, but they don't really. So one of those places to try to get those points at other places and comps at other places. But you might find once in a while a coupon, but not really a coupon book. There's just not enough competition anywhere except for Shreveport for multiple casinos to do that.
Very true. All right, George, member for 1 month. Okay, the comments are in. We have a Bricker Hammer. Firefly says Cleo. Mark says Diamond Queen. And Mark B says Rocky Mountain Oysters. What the hell is that?
To try to go eat them?
Eat
is that a
Rocky
game?
Mountain Oysters?
You're going to go eat Rocky Mountain Oysters?
Is that a slot? Rocky Mountain Oysters. I got to do a quick Google search.
You don't know Rocky Mountain Oysters? We got to forget spam. We need to go directly to Rocky Mountain Oysters for Mark.
No, I don't do oysters.
They're not seafood. They're the seafood of the Rocky Mountains, the Rocky Mountain oyster.
They look like intestines.
Close. A little lower.
Good. I'm good. Just lower? Is that what you said?
They're generally calf testicles.
Well, good luck out there, George. I know you're heading out to Vegas. Report back. We'll be here. Hear how you go, how you do. All right. This is a good one. Delmo says, what's the max dollar you would play in Cherry's Jubilee? Mine's $300. If I don't hit in 300, I'm out of there.
300 for sure.
Yeah, I would say 300.
Yeah. It's not worth it. Plus, you'll get really bored after spending 300 and not getting it. Yeah, 300 is probably a pretty good bet. Because you do want to come out ahead, And Jody Holmes says, the other day I got a low amount jackpot on a machine, and the old man sitting at a machine behind me practically pushed me out of the chair, yelling that was his machine that he always played.
I hate that.
Boy, this is the older than time itself.
No kidding.
Yep. This is why we always say whenever you leave a machine, don't look back. Just don't even bother, because it doesn't matter. He would have had to hit it at the same exact microsecond that you did, Jody. So, and most people don't understand that. They feel like, and gosh, I watched this video the other day. I want to mention this briefly. It's that one that I sent you guys that has like 9 million subscribers. And it was like how to tell when a slot's about to hit. And it's like 10 things to look for. And all 10 of them were bullshit. And one of those was like, oh, you got to, wait to watch somebody feed a machine and then jump in behind them and pick up the win because they put a lot of money into it. It's like, no, that's not how they work. Every spin is completely separate and independent. And because of that, it was not his, you just hit the button at the right moment, at the right exact millisecond. And unless he did that when you did it, it wouldn't have mattered. So, yep. That's not uncommon though. I mean, everybody thinks that. It's a pretty common thing. All right. Got some good ones here tonight. So Greg Hayes says, what does it mean when a casino representative says they are allowed to choose a sweet spot? Oh, God, Brantley.
A sweet spot.
Oh, here we go. Can they weight one denomination? So, lesson time here. So let's do just a brief. I'm not going to talk long on this. And Brantley, I want to hear your comments too about it. Return to player. There's two numbers. Okay. There's return to player statistics, which is what has happened after the fact, aggregate of all the slot machines under a certain denomination or whatever. Okay. After the fact, payback percentage is the setting on the machine. Typically it ranges anywhere from the low 80s to the upper 90s in most jurisdictions. Depending on the game, the casino can pick from anywhere from 3 different possibilities to maybe 10 that fall within that range. It is not a slider. They can't say, we want it to be 91.3. That's where we want it. They're going to have to pick from several options. The general practice casino-wide is to look at all the denominations out there and set each denomination within, just a small percentage point, casino-wide, regardless of where the machine is. But here's the thing. You're never going to be able to tell the player, whether one machine has been set higher than another. Even if you visited every single day for 3 months straight, you're never going to be able to tell the difference between one that is set higher than not. The casino will after about 10 million pools. That's a lot of plays. It could be years, depending on how crowded the casino is. They will notice it then. So even if they said they could find the sweet spot, I don't even know what that means. There is no sweet spot. It's just whatever they decide they want the denomination to be set at. Yeah, I'm getting a headache even thinking about this. Brantley, you want to add anything to it?
Yeah, I'll add a couple things here,
Awesome.
because we always talk about you as a slot player. Like, if your goal is to get better at slots, and if your goal is to, start leaving the casino with more money and learn about how slot machines work and all of that, RTP and payback percentage should not be in that equation at all. If your mind is focused on RTP and payback percentage, you're completely missing the ball. You're in the wrong ballpark. The biggest thing, this is, and Mark and I talk about this all the time. RTP and payback percentage needs to die when it comes to the public talking about it, because nobody in the public truly understands it. That is essentially like, okay, I'm trying to think of an example that most people would understand. RTP and payback percentage is almost like the interest rate on your mortgage. Okay, the bank isn't going to see the full effect and collect on it until 15, 30 years, whatever. It's almost the same way, okay? The RTP and the payback percentage is the finish point. Okay, that's after everybody has played the game, millions of polls, all of that. Then that is what the machine statistically should come out to. The casino does not care what happens between the start and the end. They are just focused on, if I put this machine on my floor, then when it's all said and done, what is my rake going to be? And that is what that means. It does not change for days, weeks, holidays, anything like that, because it doesn't matter, because that is the end result. It's almost like if you're looking at a racetrack. Well, okay, actually, Dave, this is something Dave would understand, because Dave does a lot of like Tough Mudder events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got the finish line, but then you've got all the obstacles in the way. If you're running that, if you're trying to get through that, you're going to focus on the obstacles that are in front of you, because that's what you want to try to overcome. Those peaks, those valleys, those walls, that's what you're trying to overcome. Don't worry about the finish line, because you're probably, you might not even, this is a track that, imagine Tough Mudder, only it's 1 million miles long. You're never going to see the finish line. Not if you sit there and play it, not if you sit there and, if you're like, I'm going to run it for like 20 minutes, you're never going to see that finish line. So focus on the obstacles in front of you. And that's how the game is designed. The design of the game is going to tell you how it plays. The RTP is just going to tell you the finish line of the game. And that doesn't include you. That it's every single person that's ever played that game in the past. So for anybody out there, and I always tell people this too, if the question has to come out of your mouth about RTP and payback percentage, immediately you're in the wrong spot. You're not thinking on the right track. Yeah. That should not be in the equation at all. But essentially, that's kind of how that, again, that RTP, that payback percentage, that is the long term. That's the end result. So anyway, that's my rant.
And also think about return to player as historic data.
Exactly.
It is not something to be used to predict the future. You can say, oh, this slot has paid out this. That's great. That's where it ends. This has paid out, past tense. No prediction on the future. Historic data.
Exactly right.
And
it's just a marketing. It's a marketing thing. That's why we keep saying we just want it to die. In fact, we got a comment just recently where somebody's like, what did they say? Like, I think the casinos should just publish all the payback percentages like on the machines. And I thought about it for a second, and my initial reaction is, yeah, it's a great idea. But then I said, well, people don't understand what that number means, and it's just going to cause confusion.
This is going to hit because it's high.
Yeah, because it's a high. Just like when they used to advertise this bank 99%. What you've probably been told is, oh, if I put $100 in there, I'm going to at least get $99 back. Well, yeah, if you play at 10 million pulls, that's what's going to happen. Do you have $100 million to play in that machine? No, you don't.
100 million to win $1 million?
Yeah, you don't. So,
Tazzy and Joe,
I mean, it's a marketing thing that tells you the long-term goal of that machine, but individual like sessions, there's no way to tell. And anybody that says that they have some kind of secret way to tell what a payback percentage return is on a machine and what its expected outcome could be on any future spins is totally full of themselves. They don't understand how slot machines work, because they just don't work that way. Nobody knows the future of a slot machine, what it's going to do in the next 200 spins. It knows what it's going to do in the next 10 million spins, but that's not what you're worried about. You're worried about what it's going to do in your next 100 or 200 spins that you're working on. So
well said.
Yeah.
And Tazzy and Joe definitely caught me while you guys were talking about stuff. Because, you get on these tangents about things. Like I just went, ooh, that's a great idea. Caesar's Palace.
Love it. Honestly, that's so good. Well,
I was like, I got to find our.
Oh, Dave.
There's another company we'll never be able to work with. We've got like
That's
6
okay.
on the list right now.
But we're going to have a great sponsorship with Spam and Vienna sausages.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. We need to put that on a shirt, Dave.
I thought about it, but I was like, could we get away with that?
I don't know. The font's a little bit too.
Yeah.
Probably can't do that. That's pretty funny. That's really good.
Found that font pretty quick.
What's this? Mark with a C.
Mark with another Mark with a C.
That doesn't happen.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
I'm the one who put this question in. Are there better brands of slot machines to play? Not really.
That's subjective, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, I think some brands you could say kind of focus more on high volatility games. I would put Aristocrat in that bucket probably.
Mm-hmm. Light and Wonder.
Yeah, Light and Wonder. Where IGT kind of stays true to the classics and keeps some low volatility stuff in the mix.
Every's got some great games. Studio 7's got some great games.
Yeah. That's a tough question.
Ainsworth has some good games. But yeah, it's like brands, it's so subjective because it's what do you like to play? Do you like to play video slots? Do you like to play VGTs? Do you like to play 3 reels? That's more along the lines of what appeals to you as a game. Like what are you looking for? Are you looking for a certain theme? Yeah.
That also kind of ties back to your $100 video too, fun. A lot of people, and this is, I've made this comment a couple times on videos. Not every single casino session has to be about, either trying to get a jackpot or try to make as much money as possible or whatever. Guys, there are times I go to the casino and I'm like, you know what? Hey, I got $100. I'm not even worried, like I'm just going to blow it. I'm going to have fun with my friends and play whatever I want to play and just have fun, because slots are primarily for entertainment. So if the entertainment's not there, then it's not fun. And I think when it comes to better brands to play, I think that's really player specific, whatever you like to play and whatever your goals are. But that's my take on it.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's what it comes down to. I think it's great.
Good one from Dale Mo. Oh, sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
Okay. Dale Mo, follow up on cherries. What's the best time to play? What's the best time to get a machine? Staying at New York. You can find a machine anytime. Obviously, Friday, Saturday night going to be the worst. A holiday weekend going to be the worst time. But during the day, you usually can find one free, and it does not matter which one you play. Just grab one and play it.
Don't even look at the one with the highest jackpot,
don't even
thinking
bother.
that it's due or anything like that, because that's
matter.
not how they work. So, yep, we've seen them go at 1,001 penny.
Oh, Mark, you remember the day I was there? The one guy sat down and he won the $5,000 progressive, and it had just reset, and the guy got up
like
and
3
left, and it
spins.
was literally at 5,000 and 5,000 and like what, 2 cents. It was 2 spins in, and I got it. So yeah, it doesn't matter.
It happen anytime. Yep. And Dave, sorry I had to put you in timeout because you were like spamming us there, but I did want to answer your question. Dave says, "Hey guys, are the odds of winning on the $5 cherries usually just as good as on the $1?" I'm sure they're set the same or very, very close. Can't imagine them doing any different. So
probably can't even adjust it that much.
Jonathan says, "Hey guys, I thoroughly enjoyed your video on the different types of slot players. Cracked me up." Yeah, we had fun making that. We actually made it a long time ago, probably like 3 months ago, and the audio was bad. It just didn't really feel like it was there, so we wanted to redo that. So since Dave was down there, we redid this one. So I'm glad.
And it's not a video we could make in a casino because
definitely not,
especially the fast stopping. I mean,
yeah,
we get on so many people's nerves.
And remember, I want to remind everybody, it's super important to remember that on Wednesdays, free White Russians at Sleezer's.
Is that going to be the name of the casino we open now? Sleezer's.
Thank you, Sherman. That was a good one. I like that.
I love it.
Only on Wednesdays during the live stream. Free White Russians at Sleezer's.
Oh, too funny. Too funny. All right, let's take a couple more here. And let's see. Oh, Bradley, this question comes up so much. I'm going to let you answer this time because I'm the one always answering this one.
Oh, this is actually an easy one. Donna says, "Why do you play the 5 line on Ainsworth games instead of the 10? Well, the easiest thing is because here in Wyoming, we don't have the 10 line games.
There you
It only
go.
goes up to 5 lines. 5 lines is the max you can play. So if you come out to the Shoshone Rose Casino, they only have the 5 line versions. In Vegas, I mean, I might play the 10 or 20 line version, but it really just depends on, my budget where I'm at that point. But no, as for like when we're playing Ainsworth games here in Wyoming at the Rose, you're only going to see 5 line games because they don't have 10 line or 20 line or anything like that. So that's the easiest answer for that.
Yeah. But there is no difference between, there is a difference between playing 5 and 10, but not in your chances of winning.
Right.
When you're 10, you're just covering more lines. And so in theory, the bonus could be better, but again, you're betting extra, so it's like it all evens out at the end. Regardless of what you pick, the payback percentage on the machine is exactly the same. It doesn't make any difference. So there's not a different payback for 5, for 10, for 15, for 20, etc. So just play what you're comfortable with playing. I like the 5 line because I like at least getting my bet back whenever I get a spin.
Yeah.
Although they're not all like that. Some give you 2 back. Let's see. And Ken Thompson says, "Do you play Dragon Link? Usually play low volatility games. Haven't seen Dragon Link covered on many videos." And you will not see Dragon Link covered on many videos.
Although I will say this. It's in the queue. I don't know where Ethan is working on, where Ethan is at with
you
it.
Played the Dragons, didn't you?
On Cowboy Slots, we do have a video coming out for Dragon Link. And it's funny because I even introduced the video. I say, you know what? Y'all have asked me to play this game. I hate this game. I don't recommend this game, but I'm going to sit there and play it. And actually got some pretty good bonuses on it. But so shock and surprise, spoiler alert, we didn't make any money on it. So,
Still go watch his video, guys, though.
Bradley, we need to introduce you to this game called Neptune's Gold.
Oh, man.
I
think we're going to have to talk to JJ about that because they play that one a lot on their channel. And I don't know, man. We got our ass handed to us when we played it. $200 was just gone.
Game was awful.
You remember that comment we got on that where somebody's like, the reason you didn't do well is because you weren't betting high enough.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to bet higher. My money would have been gone quicker.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Anytime, so I don't know what this is too. Like I'm not going to get on long rants about this, but
Yeah, you will.
we've been hearing a lot of like, shut up. We've been hearing a lot of comments from people that are like, people next to me are telling me I got to bet higher. They keep telling me I need to bet higher. Should I bet higher? Is it increasing my odds? Don't listen to those people.
Yeah,
Bet
don't.
where you're comfortable with betting. Like,
The
don't
people with no stake in the game are telling you to bet higher.
Yeah. Are they
Should
your
you bet
financial
higher?
advisor? No, they're not.
No.
So tell them to shut up.
Now, if they're staking you in the game, sure, obviously. Hey, here's $500. Bet higher. Sure,
That's
can
what you
do.
should do. That's
No
what you do.
problem at all.
Okay, I'll do that. Give me $200 and I'll do that for the next $200.
Yep, absolutely. And a heartbeat. Someone says you should bet higher. Okay,
Give me the money.
I'll bet higher.
I'm
Well, no,
totally
my
doing that.
money.
If somebody ever asks me that in a casino, I'm going to tell them that. I give me
You should bet
$200.
higher.
Let's test that theory out. But I get to keep the profits if it goes well.
Split the profits. You got to be fair.
And Carlisle Thompson says, when a slot machine is first installed, the term balance has been used. What does this mean? Should it start off balanced? This is another RTP thing.
Definitely doesn't start off balanced. That's
No,
for sure.
it doesn't. I mean, is it technically balanced before the first spin? It's at 0. It's not, it's not at any percentage because there has been no spins. But man, I'm in on what did we look at? Which one did we look at? Was it the top dollar, Dave? That when you were here, we were like 10,000 spins into it, and it was still like 25% off of the number that's going to get to. So they don't start off balanced. And again, just try to remember they don't actively do this through the cycle. Like just because you have lost a lot or you've had a lot of bad bonuses or whatever the case doesn't mean it's saving up for a big one. That's not how slot machines work. It doesn't look back, and it doesn't change its programming in the future either. And yeah, so try to clear that out of your mind if you can. I know it's tough because, man, so many YouTubers out there saying, yeah, it's saving up for the big one. It's saving up for the big one. Oh, just another bonus round's coming. It's right around the corner because I haven't gotten one in a while. It's like, no, slot machines don't think that way. Don't think that way. You can get into some danger there.
Is anybody ready for an ambush? Boom. Brantley, will you possibly be attending the next Sloticon in Foxwoods? From Janet.
It'll depend. It'll depend on when it is. So here's the thing, guys. Like I'm pretty, I'm pretty vocal about saying this, but I do not travel very much. I do not. My goal is I'm not one of those people that I'm going to fly around the country just to go to a casino. I'm perfectly happy going to Wendover and the Shoshone Rose. Other than that, there's got to be a really, really big, good reason for me to leave those two places. So for me, like obviously if I go down to Oklahoma, it's going to be to see Mark and Dave, and that's going to be my primary focus. I want to go down there, visit those guys, hang out with them and stuff like that. The primary focus even to that is not going to be the casino. Am I going to fly all the way from the West Coast to the East Coast just to go to a casino? Most likely not. Most likely not. But it'll depend. It really will depend on when it is. If I've got enough notice, and I can set it up in advance, then maybe I might go. If there is enough notice, I might go. But yeah, other than that, like I said, I'm perfectly content just sitting out here.
What happens if Windover turns into Bendover?
Luckily,
there's other start raping you over the coals there, and it's just like you're not winning anymore.
No.
Well, he's got places around him, not too far away. That's for sure. You go to Sleezers.
We do got to get you out to Foxwoods at some point, though, because it is
it does sound like a really fun place. I mean, I do want to, eventually go out there, but I mean, the thing is, you got to think about it too. I'm flying from essentially one end of the country to the other, especially if it's last minute. That's a pretty expensive flight, So it's like I look at it and I'm like, all right, let's see. Do I want to drop $2,000 on a flight, or do I want to drop $20 on gas to go to Wendover? And get the same thing,
a long trip,
so
it's
a very long
6 weeks notice. We had maybe 6 weeks max, and I don't even think we had that much. I want to say we had like a month maybe, and it was let's just go, but it was more of an impulse thing for us of let's just go. You know,
Yeah,
I can totally see that.
it was a long trip though. Gosh.
It
And
wasn't bad until we got stuck there. That's when it
yeah,
got bad.
and I got stuck on the way out. Remember?
Right.
L. Hansman said it would be awesome gambling with all three together. We're gonna make it happen at some point.
That would be
I think
fun.
going out
At
to Windover
Winstar.
might be our next stop sometime. So
Windover, Winstar, one of those W's.
yeah,
I'm telling you guys, like Windover is a lot of fun. I get better benefits in Windover than I do in Las Vegas, and it is so close. You know, it's much closer to me. So it's like if I can get the entire like better benefits than Las Vegas, and it's that close to my house. I mean, you know, I have pretty good status with MGM, and I've loved MGM's reward program and all of that. And I'm ready to even throw that in the trash because there's no reason for me to go back to Las Vegas. I get the exact same enjoyment. I can get all the same content. And also not only that, but we have a lot of fans in the Wendover area and the Salt Lake City area. That I've been approached by more fans in Wendover than I ever have in even Las Vegas.
That's
So
cool.
what would be the point of me to leave and go someplace else?
well,
You know,
can come to Windstar. We have
I do
terrible
want to come to
comps.
Windstar. I do want to come
Terrible
down there.
comps. We can't give you anything, but we
But
can
there's
guarantee you'll
really
have a
good
lot
fish
of
and
fun.
chips. Yeah, and really good fish and chips.
Yeah, that's true.
I
But you have to pay for it
definitely do
yourself.
want to come down there because I want to see, you know, obviously the size of Windstar, and then, you know, of course we got to do the red screens, we got to do all the
Yep.
bingo stuff, but I got to
Oh,
get down there to see you guys. If I will say this, if I travel anywhere outside of Wyoming and Nevada, it's going to be to Windstar
yeah,
there you go.
to see you guys. Like
You're on the spot now.
that
Now
is
you're
a
on the
must.
spot.
I can't edit
That
this
is a
out.
must.
It's there.
It's live. It's
I'm
in the
gonna turn it
record.
into a short.
That is a must. I will be there.
Sounds great. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up tonight. I know we didn't get to everybody's question, but we really do appreciate. We had almost 350 of you in here today, so really
Amazing.
do appreciate all the support and hope you enjoyed the show. And Brantley, thanks again for joining. And
Thank you,
Yeah,
Brantley.
absolutely.
we had a blast. And add a couple of reminders real quick. Of course, Dave and I will be at Winstar and Choctaw this weekend. We'll be at Choctaw around noonish on Saturday, leaving about 4, and then we'll be at Winstar that evening, and we'll go live around 7 p.m. On Saturday. And so hopefully we do well there. And then we'll be around on Sunday. We'll probably just do some video recording and stuff, and then we have to stay until 2 o'clock so we can get our vacuum.
Free vacuum.
So
I expect a short from that.
I'll get in the
guys.
vacuum. Yeah, it's going to be a long line for sure. But
Hopefully we get in line early or the line short. I mean, the last time I was there, I was like third in line and it was done. Like there was nobody behind me even.
yeah,
Mark gets there because they slept in a little bit later. The line was so long.
yeah, this is 2 p.m. starting though, so you
That's
can't wake
true.
up early.
Oh, and the 17th is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, okay.
So it might be packed.
It
We'll
will
have to
be
see.
packed. Just not in the non-smoking room, hopefully. All right, guys. Well, yeah, Chris, hope to see you at Choctaw.
Yep,
Be sure
definitely.
to look for us. We won't be there long, so come between 12 and 4 and look for us in the non-smoking room. That's where we'll be.
Or the non-smoking area. I think
Area, whatever you call it.
big. So
Yeah.
But look for our shirts. The right side.
Whoa, don't lift. Hold up.
It's inside out.
I don't want to see that. You're such a dork. You can tell how much you were rushed into this.
Look for Mark's shirt. That's the shirt.
Mine's right side out.
I was like this side. Wait,
Where's
no,
the
this
freaking
side.
logo at?
Well, I did these damn logos. I did these damn shirts. What the hell?
Jesus. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful night. And as always, gamble smart.
Gamble safe.
There
All
we
right,
go.
guys. We'll see you
Take care,
tomorrow.
guys.
Or tomorrow morning we'll have our tip of the day. So we'll
And
see
thank you,
guys
Susan.
then.
We appreciate you being our moderator.
Of course, Susan. Thank you. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.